As someone with sensitive guts, I look at foods and I immediately start calculating, like, what's this going to do to my inside? But I'm also often very drawn to those exact same foods.
Well, that's a problem for a lot of people.
And here's something I didn't know until recently. A lot of foods that cause digestive issues contain compounds called FODMAPs, and that's where Fodzyme comes in.
Fodzyme is a tasteless powder you sprinkle right into your food, and it helps break down FODMAPs, the hard-to-digest components in food that can cause bloating, gas, and pain before they cause discomfort.
And I was making a salad the other day, and it was like half raw cabbage. So what did I do? Sprinkled a little Fodzyme on there.
It makes digestion easier, so you can eat more of what you love. Think of it like Lactaid, but for garlic and onions and wheat, beans, cheese, other common foods with FODMAPs.
Every customer gets access to a free consultation with a registered dietitian who can help you figure out how to use Fodzyme with your specific trigger foods.
We're excited to partner with Fodzyme and offer you 30% off your first order when you go to icaneatagain.com/oddities.
That's icaneatagain.com/oddities for 30% off your first order.
Finally, you can enjoy your favorite foods without the pain. Just go to icaneatagain.com/oddities.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
The Box of Oddities.
Good day, party people.
And also those of you who don't party. We want to be inclusive here.
I guess.
It doesn't have the same kind of energy when you say, "What's up, people who don't party?"
It really doesn't.
No.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine. I feel good. I feel excellent. It's
I'm so glad to hear it.
Beautiful morning. I'm loving it.
I have a question for you. Have you heard back about the job?
No, I haven't.
No? Oh.
No.
Do you want to share with everyone
Not
about
really. No, I don't.
the job?
I don't. Well, now that you brought it up, I have to. I was trying to make our car insurance payment. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the agency that we got the policy through does not have a pay portal on their site. You have to go to the actual insurance site.
Right.
In this case, it would have been Progressive. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know that. So I'm going to set up my account on Florida One Insurance site. I learned later they don't have a pay portal, but it doesn't say that on there. It just says create an account. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I create an account and I fill it all out, and then I get an email saying, thank you for applying for a job. God. There was nothing on the site that said it just...
I need you to understand, I do not believe that. No part of me believes that it didn't say plainly that you were applying for a job.
I think I got jammed. I got
They're
jammed.
just trying to get everyone to apply.
I searched for the insurance agency's name, and then I just clicked on the top result, and it didn't take me to a home page. It took me to that job page, and it says, create an account. And then I did, and it was not obvious to me. But then again, a lot of things aren't obvious to me. So wish me luck in my new career.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Always looking to expand my horizons.
It's true. Well, I've got like 4 jobs going on right now.
That's
so,
true, yeah.
I mean, you could do 2.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't think I'd be very good at that, I'm afraid.
You know what you are good at?
What's that?
A wonky segue.
But you've done it for me.
That's right.
If you ask railroad historians, and trust me, I have. Railroad historians. You ask them about the worst train wrecks of the steam locomotive era. They'll usually talk about The speed of the trains, the twisted steel, the violence of the collision. The wreck near Wayland, New York in 1943 is remembered for something else entirely. It's remembered more for what happened after the crash. On the afternoon of August 3rd, 1943, the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad's flagship passenger train, the Lackawanna Limited, was carrying hundreds of passengers west through New York when it collided with the rear of a freight train near Wayland. And the impact, as you can imagine, was devastating. And what happens oftentimes with these types of collisions is the train cars will telescope into one another, passengers get thrown from their seats, wreckage scattered all over the tracks.
I think thrown from their seats is really the best case scenario.
In this situation especially.
When you've got speeding metal coming at you from multiple angles.
But for many of the people inside one particular coach, surviving the collision was only the beginning. The train, heated by steam, which was a common system during this period, as before electric trains and diesel and stuff became really prevalent. When the crash destroyed parts of the train and ruptured steam lines, superheated steam poured into the damaged passenger coach. People who had lived through the initial impact suddenly found themselves trapped inside a rail car filled with scalding vapor. Now, the steam inside a locomotive is not anything like steam drifting off a cup of coffee, for example. In some cases, it can exceed 500 to 700 degrees Fahrenheit, approaching the temperatures used to forge metal in a blacksmith shop.
It's not great for your pores.
Rescuers arriving at the scene were confronted with a nightmare unlike any other railroad disasters that they may have reported to.
I imagine at that heat, your flesh is like just melting off of you.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know exactly what the end result would be, but it can't be good.
You know what I love about you is that you didn't look that up, and I absolutely would have. And you know, I really admire that about you.
Okay, you want me to look at?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I bet it's terrible.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But I would have.
And then you wouldn't have been able to sleep.
That's right.
All night. The air inside the coach became, to say the least, lethally hot. Passengers struggled to escape through twisted wreckage, while others were overcome where they sat. They didn't even get out of their seats, well, if they were even in them. Contemporary accounts described desperate cries for help coming from the car as rescuers made an effort to get them out. 29 people died in that car. And more than 100 others on the train were injured or killed. And even among railroad accidents, it was considered an especially horrific tragedy because so many victims were killed not by the crash itself, but they were steamed to death.
Yeah.
The coach at the center of the horror was coach number 62, but it would eventually become known as the death car or the death coach. And for most people, that's where you'd expect the story to end. The damaged car should have just disappeared into a scrapyard someplace, maybe parted out, reused, or abandoned. Instead, this car survived. Over the years, it passed through different owners. It was preserved and eventually found a home with the Midwest Railway Preservation Society in Ohio. And today, more than 80 years after the wreck, the coach still stands. And you can walk through it.
Oh.
You can go visit it.
I don't know.
Visitors do walk through it. Volunteers who work at the Preservation Society do upkeep on it. They work inside of it. And according to their stories, some people would rather not. The nickname the Death Car or the Death Coach began circulating among railroad enthusiasts because of the connection to the Wayland disaster. As more people learned its history, stories started accumulating about this coach, number 62. Some are simple and easy to dismiss. Others a little more difficult to explain, especially volunteers who spend a lot of time there. They've reported hearing footsteps inside the car when they were in by themselves.
Oh.
And what makes the death coach unusual isn't a single piece of evidence. It's the consistency of the many experiences. And over the years, different volunteers have reported hearing voices inside the empty coach. Others have described footsteps moving through the car when nobody else was present. And some workers reportedly, well, they refuse to go in it. They just won't do it.
Fair enough.
No, give me something else to do. A few visitors have claimed that when they were inside, they swore they could hear distant screams. None of these reports prove anything supernatural, but they all circle back to the same place. The coach where 29 passengers died during one of the most horrific railroad disasters in American history. There's an account of one volunteer from a few years ago that I think he was like a security guy, and he decided he was going to walk through that in the middle of the night. He gets in the coach and he walks through it. And as the story goes, he could see a figure like a phantom fading in and out of reality, crumpled into pieces and burned to death. Horrible.
Oh.
Just the face with the eyes open looking at him.
I don't think I'd do that again.
He was probably the one that said, "Now I'll do something else here. Thanks."
You know what? Sweeping.
Sweeping is less...
Sweeping's my bag.
Not traumatic at all.
Yep.
There are accounts of cold spots, which is ironic, really, feelings of unease, and the persistent sensation that somebody is standing nearby, just outside your field of vision. And the one story that appears repeatedly involves people hearing the cries and the screams coming from the coach when it's otherwise empty. Even today, some volunteers will refuse to enter the coach alone. Others will not go in at all. Even among people who don't believe in ghosts, there is an acknowledgement that the car feels different once you know its history. And that's not surprising, really.
No, of course.
We touched on this with the ice house deaths in a recent episode. We as people have always attached stories to places where terrible things have happened. Preserved railroad coach connected to one of the worst and most gruesome passenger train disasters in American history was probably destined to acquire them too.
Yeah.
And what makes number 62 so fascinating is that the object itself still exists. This isn't just a story attached to a vacant lot or a long-gone building or something. The coach is still there. It's been preserved. You can walk through it. Same walls, same frame.
I don't think I would, though.
The same car.
No, I would.
Yeah, you would. I would definitely do it. I would. The same car that carried passengers on that summer afternoon in 1943 is still standing at the Preservation Society in Ohio.
The thing is, yes, it's interesting. It's terrible. It's a story that is worth telling. But I think sometimes when we're interested in something, we forget the humanity of it.
Right.
So, yes, I would go. But no, I would not take a selfie.
Don't do that. Although who knows what would show up on it. And maybe that's just it. Maybe those feelings we get, maybe you're not sensing paranormal or you're sensing the presence of a ghost just in the peripheral. Maybe you're feeling guilt for going there and thinking you're doing it as entertainment when you know 29 fucking people were scalded to death there. But it's probably ghosts.
Probably ghosts.
Yep.
Oh, that's rough.
Just standing inside it, people say, forces you to confront the reality of what happened there.
Yeah.
Once you know the history, I can imagine every little sound, like the floorboard squeak or the window rattles a little bit.
I feel like I can hear the floorboards squeaking now.
Yeah, that's my chair. Sorry about that. The dead are long gone, but the coach does remain. And I think that adds to the unsettling nature that you can actually walk through the very space where 29 people died so horrifically. My sources, the Interstate Commerce Commission's report on the 1943 Wayland wreck, historical accounts of the Lackawanna Limited disaster, and the Midwest Railway Preservation Society. Coach number 62.
Wow.
The Death Coach. Hey, we got this email. Kat and Jethro, just a quick thank you. I heard you mention quince on your show a while back and decided to order a few things for my mom for Mother's Day.
Aww.
She absolutely loved them and has already asked me where I found the brand. So thanks for accidentally making me look much more of a thoughtful daughter than I probably am. And yeah, we love quince. I'm wearing my quince shorts right now.
And making our way into summer, those shorts are going to be an essential for you.
Quince has beautiful everyday pieces like 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops with styles starting at $32.
And the really important thing for us is Quince works directly with ethical factories. So you're paying for quality, not for a brand name.
And everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar products.
I have a set of Quince linen pillowcases on my bed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it makes me feel like such a fancy lady.
It's time for a new summer wardrobe. Elevate your wardrobe. Go to quince.com/oddities for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
Now available in Canada, too.
Woo.
That's QUINCE.com/oddities for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/oddities.
Where is Daredevil? I'm right here.
Don't miss the return of Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again.
So what's next?
I feel liberated.
We're gonna take this city back.
Over medicated.
In an all-new season, now streaming only on Disney+.
They're hunting us. It's time we started hunting them.
I can work with that.
This should be tons of fun.
Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again, now streaming only on Disney+.
And now, that thing in the middle.
Hey, why do men keep naming their penises?
I don't think it's just men.
Do you think that women name their guy's penis?
Yeah.
What have you named mine?
I don't think we need to talk about that right now.
You've named my penis and you haven't told me?
Not in front of Mr. Peanut.
At least it's not little goober.
You know what's funny is that's the first thing that came to my head because we were talking about Hear Me Outs the other day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Peanut is one of my Hear Me Outs.
Oh my
I
God.
just think he seems very sophisticated.
Very wise.
Right?
And I think it's the top hat and the monocle. And the cane really adds, I think, a whole atmosphere to who Mr. Peanut really is.
Right. I think of it like a Willy Wonka situation where he doesn't really need the cane, but he uses it for like aesthetics.
Yeah, it's a style choice.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, if you're thinking about naming your penis, or you know someone who is, and you need some inspiration, thanks to our friend Lindsay who sent this article from the Metro. They did a poll, if you'll pardon the expression, and John Thomas came up quite a bit. Not too surprising. Then Mopey Dick was another one. And then there are several others that were listed, and we thought we would do this as today's thing in the middle.
In no particular order. Circumference.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's the best. Widgie McWidgeface is also featured on this list.
Widgeface.
McWidgeface, yeah. I don't know. I don't like that one.
I wonder if it means something that I don't understand.
It must.
Rodzilla.
The Jolly Todger.
Old Faithful.
The Engine. Who would name their penis the Engine?
I love that one. Pinky Winky. It's Winky because of the...
Yeah. And then, simply, Kevin. Somebody named their penis Kevin.
If you're naming your penis Kevin, I have some questions.
Oh, sure, yeah. No judging here.
I want to know, do you know other people named Kevin? Is that a conflict of interest? Is it because you know someone named Kevin?
Are you opening yourself up to potential lawsuits for copyright infringement?
My favorite, though, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's the best. The ability to No, I already did that one.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
If you're at the gym right now, scream at the top of your lungs, "I'm listening to the Box of Oddities." We'll pay you $1. Maybe. Someday. This is the Box of Oddities.
What you got for me?
One of the most frustrating things, and fascinating oftentimes, parts of studying history, is trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, well, absolutely. That's, I think, the main driving motivation.
Well, when we look at a custom, strange piece of art or an architectural feature, our first instinct is to ask, what does this mean? What's this all about?
Right.
The problem is that the people who created it didn't always leave that information as well. And when they did, sometimes those explanations may have been lost or altered or translated differently. And as a result, historians are often finding themselves in the uncomfortable position of trying to figure it all out. And you use the clues that you have, your archaeological evidence, your knowledge of religious practices, folklore, etc., and you build your theories, some stronger than others. And that's when you'll often hear scholars disagree. It's not necessarily because someone is wrong, though really someone is wrong, we just don't know who. But because the evidence is incomplete, researchers might look at the same problem, let's call it, and come up with different conclusions.
And I find it interesting, too, that when archaeologists or anthropologists or any of those gists discover something that they're unfamiliar with, oftentimes they just assign it to the category of religious ritual.
Yeah, well, and not to get too deep into it, but that's what a lot of people do now, like with what goes on in the world every day. We look for answers always.
We're humans.
We gotta have those answers. Now, this is exactly what's going on with Sheela.
Oh?
Few medieval mysteries illustrate the challenge that we were just talking about better than Sheela. Scattered across churches, castles, gateposts throughout Britain and mainland Europe, and largely in Ireland, are strange carvings of women unlike any figures found in medieval religious art. As I mentioned, Ireland contains the largest concentration of surviving examples, but they do appear all over, much across the British Isles in that region.
And what time period?
Most date between the 11th and 16th centuries.
Okay.
The oldest known examples in Britain and Ireland were carved in the 12th century, but their true origins remain a mystery.
Okay.
The figures themselves are impossible to ignore. They are usually depicting an old woman, naked and squatting, grinning or grimacing, but probably a grin. They sometimes appear skeletal, and nearly all of them are shown grasping and displaying their exaggerated vulvas.
Huh. Wow. Huh.
Many are positioned above doorways or windows, and some appear alongside male figures, but they're not...
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
What are you saying?
Nothing. I'm not saying anything. I'm just wondering if that was part of the... Because this pretty much is 11th century graffiti. That's what we're talking about, right?
No, it was intentional. It was
right.
Added by the people who built the structures.
Okay, so it's an unexplained piece of art. So it's like 11th century Banksy.
Banksy and graffiti often are added to already existing structures. They are putting their art on these things. This was part of the structure. This was made to be...
It wasn't carved in later.
No.
Okay.
It's not like someone was all like,
but from your
vulva.
But from your description, it sounds like it very well could have been.
Now, why? Because of the grin?
Yeah.
It's the grin that does that for you.
It's the big wide grin.
Oh, it's a wide grin. Even their name is uncertain. One popular theory suggests that Sheela may derive from a word meaning old woman or crone, while gig, many believe, was a slang term for female genitalia.
I see.
So we talked about wieners during the thing in the middle. Now we're getting into hoo-haws.
From wieners to hoo-haws on the Box of Oddities.
There's the title. But like so much about these carvings, no one knows for certain. The real question is, what are these ladies up to? For decades, art historians interpreted the figures as warnings against lust and sexual temptation, though I cannot imagine. Like that's real tempting, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're exaggerated figures. And often unappealing appearance, they argued, were intended to remind churchgoers, and perhaps monks in particular, of the dangers of sinful desires.
Aha.
Others have proposed a very different explanation. Across many cultures, including the ancient Greek world, there are traditions in which women exposing their genitals was believed to possess protective power, capable of frightening away evil spirits or misfortune. In this interpretation, the Sheela may have served as a kind of guardian, watching over the entrances and warding off harm.
Interesting.
Which is interesting because very often they're found over doorways and over windows. More recently, some researchers have looked even further back, suggesting that the figures may preserve echoes of pre-Christian beliefs. And in this case, she could represent an ancient folk goddess, with her exaggerated anatomy symbolizing fertility, creation, and the life-giving power of the feminine. What I think is really interesting is that now Sheela is being given new life. In Dublin and elsewhere, contemporary artists and activists have begun creating modern Sheelas, figures crafted in clay often, featuring brightly glazed vulvas and gilded details.
I can't believe you just said brightly glazed vulvas.
Glazed vulvas sounds like a delicious treat. I like mine with powdered sugar. Now, they're placing these new Sheelas at sites associated with women's history and struggle. For modern interpreters, the Sheela is no warning against sin. It is the sexuality of the Sheela that is positive and empowering. And using this feminist lens, they are bringing awareness to unfortunate history related to women. So in 2020, the project placed one of its modern Sheelas outside the site of Ireland's last mother and baby home. Thousands of unmarried women and their children suffered neglect, cruelty, and abuse within these institutions. They were operated by a network of religious and state authorities, and the installation was intended as a tribute to those women.
Okay, so these aren't carvings. These are like garden gnomes?
They're more like plaques made of clay. They are...
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Though a garden gnome would be kind of cute.
Sure.
Like I'm picturing the Sheela's traditional attributes, but also a tall, pointy hat.
Right, and the Sheela is, in the Sheela pose, and then right next to Sheela is one of those garden gnomes that's on all fours.
Human centipede style?
Hey, whatever,
Oh, I don't like that. Anyway, I'm really glad I just bought some new clay. I am going to be crafting tonight.
You're inspired.
I am inspired. Sheela is my muse. The installation honoring these women who were sent to, they were called laundries in some cases because the church viewed women's sexuality as dangerous and sinful. And so this is an honor to those women who suffered there. It's a striking example of how symbols evolve. And I also really love that they're making an effort to save the imagery and save the, I don't know, should I call her a character?
Symbol?
Symbol, yes, yeah. Better. Because there was a large period of time where they were destroyed wherever they were found. As you can imagine, a lot of people did not like the Sheela.
Sure, I can imagine. Probably seemed very controversial for the time. And probably is today, too, with these new Sheela. There's probably people out there that are offended by it.
Mrs. Kim?
Mrs. Kim. Yeah.
Now, we can be certain that medieval stonesmen carved these, and we can pretty much determine what it is. Okay, it's a lady. She's got her bits open. Okay. But it's understanding what it meant to the people who created it that's much harder. And the further that we travel from a culture, the more interpretation begins to fill in the gaps, if you will. Mm-hmm. So Sheela raises an intriguing question. What will future generations misunderstand about us?
Yeah.
A few thousand years from now, if archaeologists uncover an Andy Warhol, will they be like, these people worship canned goods?
Yeah, exactly. Or they find some old Starbucks cups with the Starbucks logo on it, and they assume that it's some kind of church.
Yeah. Find decorative porch geese standing outside of suburban homes. They'll be like, these are protective spirit geese.
Mm-hmm. That's what they are. I want some protective spirit geese.
I need a house. I need a house so I can get a porch goose.
I know, honey. We're working toward it. We did find a really cool house that
Oh, my heart. I can't even talk about it, sweetie.
We're looking into it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's an old, like 160-year-old farmhouse.
130, I think.
And it needs to be fixed up.
But a lot of it will not be touched.
Yeah.
I noticed that there were some original doorknobs, which just gasp. Heart.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's got land. I could put dogs.
I know, honey.
And I grow stuff there. Plants.
Plus, it's clearly haunted.
It is so clearly haunted. Oh, I want a haunted house. Okay, anyway. What was I saying? Porch geese.
Yeah, porch geese.
So what stories will our modern world craft for people of the future? I think that's really an interesting thought experiment.
It really is.
Tonight, when you're sitting across the table from your loved ones, maybe discuss, what do you think future generations will think of their findings?
Yeah, when they're digging through all of our plastic bottles 4,000 years from now.
They must not have been able to drink tap water. Well, in fact, many of us couldn't.
Yeah. We
don't need to get into that. Anyway, I got my information from several sources, including Britannica, SheelanAgig.org, which is a real thing.
Wow.
The Guardian, and Project Sheela.
Oh, Sheela.
Oh, Sheela.
What's good for the protective spirit porch goose is good for the protective spirit porch gander. Oh, Sheela.
Who sang that? Oh, Sheela.
Ready for the World, right around 1986.
Did they have another song?
Don't remember.
Okay, well, I just pulled it up, and this guy looks like old Greg.
He does look like old Greg.
That's really unfortunate. So anyway, thanks, guys, for hanging out with us once again. I can feel in my heart and my spirit that this episode was particularly tangenty, and I apologize, or you're welcome. However you...
wherever you land
on that.
On that spectrum. Anyway, theboxofoddities.com. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we shall see you on the next go-round.
Until then, keep flying that freak flag.
Yeah, fly it proudly, you beautiful freak.
And so, let it be known that the Box of Oddities belongs to you, and its fate is in your hands. Therefore, it's been requested by those to whom I report to beseech you for assistance. We ask but one thing of you, to provide a 5-star rating and a positive review. True, that is 2 things. However, 'tis merely a 5-star rating and a positive review. Also, subscribe to us. Okay, so 3 things is all we ask. 3 things and 3 things only. Henceforth, the Box of Oddities commits to the telling of stories. Stories of the strange, the bizarre, the unexpected. We wish to offer our deeply felt gratitude and appreciation for your patronage. TheBoxofOddities.com. Copyright 2026, all rights reserved.